Hello, math makers. Thank you for showing up for another math lesson. We are about to start a new unit on place value. And we're going to start today with the hundreds. And what we're going to see a lot of is place value blocks and learning how to count with place value. And so I went ahead and put those in the front, but let's go ahead and learn, what are these things? Why are they there? So there's some basic things we're going to start with since this is video one. You may know some of these things, and that's okay. If you don't, pay attention. If you do, pay attention. Make sure you remember them correctly. So first of all, this little bitty square right here, it's a 1. It counts for 1. Every time you see 1, you add 1. 10 ones make a 10. This is a 10. And you can see all the little squares there. There's 10 of them. And each square is worth 1. But when you put it all together, it's a 10. So we can add them up together. We see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's 10 of them. That's why this is a 10. Okay? Stay with me on this, okay? Next, you can see that 10 ones make a 10. We already knew this already. Now, 10 tens make 100. This is 100. This big square right here, it's flat. It's just a flat shape. It's a 2D shape, not a 3D shape. And we know that 10 tens make 100. We can count them here. You can see we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 tens make 100. If you got your 10 little fingers out and you counted by tens, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. So we know that 10 tens make 100. These are things we need to know to be able to do place value. So, of course, 10 tens make 100. So we have a 1, we have a 10, we have 100. Well, what else do we have? We also have 1,000. Now, we're not going to count all those little squares in that whole thing. That's a cube. I know it's a 3D shape. But just like 10 ones make a 10, and 10 tens make 100, 10 100s make 1,000. Again, if you were to get your 10 fingers out and count by hundreds, you'd have 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600, 700, 800, 900, 1,000. So just like we can count by ones to 10, and we can count by tens to 100, we can count by 100s to 1,000. And this cube would be made up of 10 of these. That's how we got that. Now, let's practice counting hundreds because today's focus is really just going to be on the hundreds. And remember what we said. The square is worth 100, and of course we can see the 10 by 10 in there. So we're going to do this first one together, and then we're going to have some practicing, and I'm going to let you tell me if you know the right answer. So this first one together, we see some hundreds here. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 100s. And so if I were to count by 100s, we know that we have 4 100s there, or 400s there. I don't see any 10s. I don't see any zeros, 1s. So I'm going to put 0 there. And if I were to count by hundreds, I could get 4 fingers because I have 4, 100, 200, 300, 400. That would be 400. That's simply how we do it. Now, it's your turn. Let's see how you can do. And I'll pause at each one and let you try to figure it out. And then we'll go over it together and see how you're doing. Let's look at this first one. How much do I have? Now remember to count the 100s, or count the hundreds. How many hundreds do you see on this one? You see 6. That's right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if I count by 100 6 times, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, 600. So that's worth 600. Did you do okay? Let's keep moving. What do I have? Did you count? 1, 2, 3. That's 300s. Again, I don't have any 10s and 1s over here or down here. So it's just hundreds. I'm just counting by 100 3 times. 100, 200, Did you say 300? Your answer is correct. Ooh, now we're doing a little bit more this time. How much do I have here? I'm going to count the hundreds. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That's 8 hundreds. Again, no tens, no ones. So I'm putting zeros there. 8 hundreds would be how much? 800. Are you seeing a pattern here? I hope so. Let's practice a few more. How much do I have here? Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I have 5 hundreds. Again, no tens, no ones. And how much would 5 hundreds be worth? I almost gave you the answer. 100, 200. How much is it worth? 500. What about this one? How many hundreds do I have? Count with me again. 1, 2. Do I have any tens or ones? Nope. Just hundreds still. So I have 2 hundreds, no tens, no ones. So it'd be worth 200. 100, 200. Check this one out. How much do I have now? Count with me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I have 9 hundreds. No tens, no ones. How much would 9 tens be worth? 9 hundreds be worth? Again, you can use your fingers if you need to. 100, 200, 300. Did you say 900? You're correct. What about this? Again, I just see 1. There's just 100 there. Nothing else, no tens, no ones. And 100 is worth 100. That was almost too easy, wasn't it? Let's do one more, and then we'll be done for the day. What do I have here? How many hundreds do I have? Count with me again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Again, no tens, no ones. So I have 7 hundreds. No tens, no ones. How much is 7 hundreds worth? Count with me again. 100, 200. Did you say 700? If so, I think you got it. Guys, thanks for joining me today. Tomorrow, or our next lesson, we're going to move into counting with 100s and 10s, and we're going to see how well we do on that. We might even include some ones. But either way, thanks for practicing with me. You're making math easier just by showing up. Thanks for being here. See you next time.